Hello there, my fellow myth and fantasy nerds. My name is Tanner, and I'd like to welcome you back to my YouTube channel. My apologies for the late upload. I had some family over for the 4th of July weekend, and then my niece stayed with us for a while after, so I took some time off to hang out with everyone. In other news, I got a new hat for my collection, specifically a tam o' shanter, and to be honest, I really like it. Anyway, for this week's video, I thought I would tell an ancient Egyptian story that, in essence, explains why the lunar cycle is approximately 5 days short of a standard solar year, by way of the sky gambling with the moon. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Now, like with all my other myth and legend retellings, linked to the playlist up in the cards and in the description down below, I will keep this story as close to the original as I can, while adding in some of my own creative license when and where it's needed. Remember, friends, every story has many variations and retellings, and this is merely one of them. So as always, please make sure to leave a like on this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe down below. Pretty please! It'll help me make more content for you. And without further ado, allow me to introduce to you the story of Nut and Khonsu. Our story begins with three gods: Nut, goddess of the sky; her husband Geb, god of the earth; and Ra, god of the sun, and the first pharaoh. Now, Ra was worried that at some point there would be some upstart challenging his rule as pharaoh. And as Nut and Geb were at that point the only married gods who were even trying to become pregnant, Ra figured one of their potential children may be the one to challenge his rule. Now, the original story is unclear as to where Ra came to this conclusion, but I have a feeling that since they were pretty prevalent in those days, maybe he heard a prophecy foretelling it, or maybe even saw it in a vision. Either way, he couldn't have anyone threatening his place as pharaoh, so he decided to do something about it. He created a divine decree that Nut could never give birth on any day of the year. All 360 days of the ancient calendar were now off limits. As Nut was heavily pregnant at that moment, she was not happy about this decree, but sadly, the decree was set, and at the time, no one dared challenge divine ruling. Determined to come up with some type of workaround, Nut sought the advice of Thoth, the ibis-headed god of knowledge, writing, and magic. Taking pity on the sky goddess, Thoth directed her to Khonsu, god of the moon, time, and youth. Thoth told Nut that Khonsu could not resist a good wager, so Nut, now knowing his weakness, made a bet with him. "Play me in a game of Senate," she said to him. "If I win, you give me a piece of your moonlight." Now, the original story doesn't really say what Khonsu would get out of the wager if he won, though considering this has also been a trope in stories for a long time, I have a feeling Newt's firstborn child may have been a part of it. But that's not important, because Newt completely smoked him, and he gave her about 1/70th of his moonlight, enough for Newt to craft 5 extra days and stick them onto the end of the calendar. As these days weren't part of the original 360, they were completely outside the divine decree Ra laid down. So, Nut was able to give birth to her children, which were Osiris, who would go on and become pharaoh and later ruler of the underworld, Horus the First, the god of war, Isis, the goddess of magic, Nephthys, the goddess of water, and Set, the god of chaos in the desert. When Ra discovered that Nut created a loophole and gave birth, he became so upset he separated Nut and Geb for all eternity, with Nut's father Shu, the god of wind, making sure they stayed separate. Boy, I wonder if it was all worth it in the end. And there we have it. That was the story of Nut and Khonsu. Huh, that was rather short, wasn't it? If you liked this video and you want more, please consider leaving a like and subscribing down below so you don't miss any new content from me. Also, if you have any other ideas for what you want to see in any future videos, please leave your suggestions in the comments down below. Who knows? It might just happen. Alright, well, that's all the time I have for this video, so I'll see you all next week with some brand new content for you. See you guys then.